You already know what it is. 237, no place like home.
Place like
It's Happy on the Stoop. And today, somebody said Harlem was in the building,
Harlem
baby.
world.
Somebody said Harlem
world.
was in the building.
Guys.
Don't
want to follow with us, guys.
Well, look, because we're going to let her introduce herself.
Please let her introduce herself.
Tell them what you do.
Well, my name is Kasha. That's my government name, but a lot of people know me by a couple of names. Social media or natural, it is BDSM Enchantress. But I'm a clinical sexologist. I'm a master trainer for an intimacy company, training people nationwide on how to get into this industry from a very cleaner side of it. Influencer, content creator, best-selling author.
Talk that.
Hey.
I do a lot of things. You can't put me in a box.
Yeah, nice.
That's what I can say. I'm queen of a lot of things, but a jack of many trades.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the book.
Yeah.
What's the name of the book?
It's called When Fear Is Not a Factor, Volume 2.
Volume 2. So
Yes.
So you done did this a few times.
So I actually collaborated with a bunch of women where each of us take chapters to dedicate memoirs. Basically, it's rooted in a conversation or discussion around overcoming major obstacles, telling people how you did it, it's more like a motivational sort of situation. So this volume is a collection of 10 ladies who each came, told their story, told you how they overcame it, told you where they were, and each chapter has a founding or governing principle that it's focused on. So this volume, we had a very mixed up. I mean, I'm a sexologist and a book with a Christian pastor, so you know it's an interesting little mix up or whatever. I mean, two don't go that far. I mean, let go and let God, but two don't go that far apart. Let go and let God. That's the message for all them ladies too, because y'all be. But it's an interesting way that everybody has these different walks of life, but they somehow overlap, and there's common denominators, especially culturally, right? In all Black women. So we all have different experiences, but somehow that led to the same sort of things. And that's what was most interested. It was like different perspectives, you know?
Ooh.
So yeah.
What chapter you wrote in the book? Since all you came as a collective.
Right.
What's the chapter you wrote?
My chapter is called I'm a Perfect Progression. I don't believe that I'm perfection, but I think I'm a perfect progression. I think as long as I'm progressing, I'm perfect.
Yeah, of course.
For where I'm in that moment, and I think it allows you to give yourself grace.
Whatever they say, perfectly imperfect.
You got to be. I mean, because
imperfectly perfect.
I don't believe that all men and all women are made equal. I know it's a phrase, but I mean we're quite literally not born equal, right? I mean, y'all call it your manhood, but y'all ain't born equal. Y'all catching what I'm saying? Women, it's the same thing. Some women born with it, some women go get it, some women say fuck it, I don't need it. But basically the bottom line is nobody is the same, nobody is equal. So for me, people are seeking this idea of perfection, but that's based on whose perspective.
Yes.
What does perfect mean to you?
Yeah.
So I'm a perfect progression.
I like it. I do got a question though. I do since we there.
Yes, me. Yeah,
for the people who don't know, tell them exactly what a sexologist is.
Oh shit! I want to hear this.
Yeah.
That's a number one question, because when I say it, sometimes people think it's like a fake job.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I went to school.
Exactly.
Clinical certification.
Listen,
but
today is
and most of the time, people don't understand. So I studied business with a minor in psychology, and then I went and did clinical certification for sexology, so that I could hone in on that niche area, because sex sells. But people only look at sex from one side of the industry. Right? And there's pretty and unpretty sides of the conversation with that. So on one side of it, I might be coaching a person around how do I show up more confidently in the bed, or how can I satisfy my partner? We've been married for 20 years and it's getting stale. It could be that, or it could be, girl, how do I squirt, or how do I slop a knob, or how do I whatever. But it could also be, I was sexually assaulted. How do I find my way back? I was abused as a child. How do I find my way back? So I deal with the pretty and unpretty sides of it, and people don't realize that it's a necessary thing, because most therapy doesn't really target or hone in that one area. And even if they help you overcome what you've been through, you still need that transitional, how do I go forward, right? Because then it perpetuates in your relationships and how you raise your children and how you interact with your friends or people in general. And they don't realize how this one area, sex, has a catastrophic domino effect in so many other areas of life. So what I do is I educate and entertain. I believe in edutainment because I think if I speak about it in most clinical terms, in the vaginal canal, and nobody's and I'm like, girl, you better start stroking them balls in your mouth. They're like, tell me more, girl.
Because boy, when she said the canal, I'm sitting there, what the fuck is
They
that?
get lost in terminology.
Yeah.
I mean, it's important to still include it because you want to be inclusive, you know, especially in today's world where you don't want anybody to feel singled out in any conversation. But at the same time, they don't listen. They say turn the mics off, right? Podcast, turn the mics off, take their mics away, whatever. And the thing that gets me is I feel like they feed the negativity that they complain about. Because if you put a conscious clip up, you got to struggle
Yes.
to get engagement. You over here trying to share $1 million secret,
Yes.
and they swiping by.
Yeah.
But you out here like, I eat that ass. And it's like,
Yeah.
so to me, I realized a long time ago that the only way I'm going to be sexualized anyway, I might as well own it. As a black woman, that's full-figured, curvy girl, I'm going to be sexualized anyway. So I'm choosing.
God damn.
I walked down the street, niggas, yes. I'm like, sound effects and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's like, if that's going to catch your eye, cool. But let me also give you this. I have to get them there to a place of listening where I'm blending the raunchy in with the education, because I'm going to teach you how the body's anatomy and to plays with it. But at the same time, I'm using vulgar terms that feels relatable sometimes. And that's how I've had to marry it. It's unfortunate.
You know,
I'm
just like, you know.
Has it helped you get your message across better?
It absolutely works well because it's a hook than a
Okay,
reel.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you know, you got to be able to play chess in anything.
Mm.
So I know
You
that
got to keep that poker face, because talking about that, niggas be like, they might not take it
every time I've had a very
serious.
it's been reactions to stuff I'm saying. I'm sitting there talking about, I'm gonna stroke that, and the guys, they get in the guys' faces like that, whatever, covering themselves and going like that, and I'm like, because I'm gonna take that shit. But I know that they looking at the energy. That's what they feed it. So I might play in
there, but like, she want me. She want me. She's talking to me.
And guess what? And I'm gonna go with it. I'm with all of this shit. So I'm like, you want this? Which tones did you like more? You like that aggressive shit, or did you like, sorry, baby? Like, but when we think about that, most relationships suffer because partners don't have the ability to turn that on for them, right? They're gonna look for different personalities. You go get them all right here, honey. You want to fuck me? I'm gonna give you everything you want. You know, whatever it is. But the bottom line is, that's what people are missing. And I think like the industry of sex, strip clubs, that's what they made their coin on. Initially, it was more about that seductive. Now it's just, you don't even have to be seductive. You just moving or whatever the case is. But it's a different thing when you see a dancer come out and she's all alluring and it's a different type of pull, where they're not just tapping into your physical response, but they got you curious about that person. So, you know, you just got to take what you realize is the reality and figure out how to make that reality work for you or whatever it is that you're trying to, do.
Well, to say that, 42nd Street, right? They made a lot of money. Remember, they used to start with the sex industry. Now they Disney billionaire.
Yeah.
All off of that peak, all off of that corner, looking in the little hole.
The little peephole shit when they used to have the shows.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's, so you got to, if you're gonna do it, monetize it.
Yeah.
I mean, sex sells. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oldest profession.
yeah, it's the oldest profession.
Since they was putting coins in the things in the brothels, sucking gold, the goats for pussy. Like,
So sex is here to stay forever.
Yeah, for real. It ain't going nowhere.
give your family a cow.
Sex ain't going nowhere.
It's not going nowhere. It's really not. It's not. And even if you look at, like, people try to look at it and they want to demoralize it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what marriage do you know is successful without it? You ask an old person, how did you keep it? They say, I sucked that. They got those clips going viral now. But at the base of it, that's real talk.
Yeah.
That's real talk. And 60% of divorces are labeled, like, where they have to classify the reason. Infidelity is like.
Well, let me ask you a question. If a gentleman or a woman cannot satisfy you physically in the bedroom, do you think that relationship would last?
It depends. Because it depends on the reason that they're not satisfied.
No.
Why not? It depends on the reason that they're unhappy. Because some things can be learned. right? So some people got the tool. It's like you bought somebody a whole Craftsman set, or you know what I'm saying, of tools, and he don't know nothing to do with it. So he got the right tool, but not the right information, right? That's an easier fix, right? Then that person just not possessing what it is that you desire altogether. It's hard to force desire. But if I'm attracted to this person, this and that, but it's just like sometimes we get in the bed and it just be missing. It don't be hitting. Yeah. That you could work on. That can be fixed, but people have to be open to realizing that they don't know. That's usually the hardest part.
Okay. Yeah. So with it being learned, I got something. Can you teach people how to be seductive? First, is there a difference between seduction, sexy, and sex appeal?
I think sensuality is the word that we got to add in. So there's sexuality and there's sensuality. Sexuality, anybody can be. You can do sexual things, right? I can sit here and, well, that could be sexual. Sensuality, when you ever watch a woman dance and you see her hands past her body, everything that she's doing, not just the body parts that are genitals, that are the drawer, but like just the way she touches herself and the way she's that aura is more sensual, right? Sensuality is like, how does it make you feel when you look at it? You know what I'm saying? And that's more than just the physical, because you can have a person get that from you with just eye contact and how they gaze their eyes and just smile and just, you know, being in an essence. So I think that's where you have to form the first separation, and then you have to understand what makes a person's senses tick, because it's not the same for everybody.
That's why that girl was looking at me like that. And I was like, yo,
how's she looking at you?
She kept looking at me. And I
what she
feeling
did?
Like,
you uncomfortable with it? She was giving you the, I want to take it down.
I started walking towards her, and I said, nah.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, don't lock eyes on me for more than 4 seconds.
She got the Medusa. She turned to the stone.
5 seconds.
What?
That's it.
Don't stare.
Might be something in your eye, but
men and women alike. Men and women alike, because women do it too. I'm like doing presentations and I'm talking to them and they just start gazing, and I'm like, don't do that. Fuck with you. Fuck with you. But it's real. It is. She real. Definitely was. If that's how you felt.
That's what it was.
But I love stuff like that. I think it's when you get a man to be like. That's my sadistic side. That's like crave it, but it's rooted in a positive feeling. Like, you know, it's nice for you.
Yeah. Now,
more organic.
Cuzzo, she said she's a clinical sexologist, right? So you went to school for this.
Yeah.
Now now there's a theory, and then there's also the you gotta apply it.
Real application.
The application. Yeah. Now. You studied the theory.
Yes.
How did you apply it, though?
I already was applying it.
He really thought about this question, too.
I mean...
No. I'm just trying to sit down and make sure it's worded correctly, because I'm like,
I understand what you mean, because you can learn something all day.
Yeah.
You can learn the quadratic formula is x equal negative b plus minus the square root, but what is the quadratic formula really solve in real life, right? Yeah. So... the question you're asking is really valid, and often that's the major disconnect. But I do think one helps the other. So confidence to me is rooted in I would say certainty, sureness. When you feel sure about something, you show up confident in it. You know what I'm saying? You can't cook, you get in the kitchen, you're like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We're going to try this, but it's not a confidence. But when you know you
get busy
with them pans and them pots, you walk in there, you like, oh, I'm about to put the music on, I'm about to fire it up. So it's a confidence that shows up when you cook. Sexuality is no different. When you have an understanding of the body, of the anatomy, from not just a anatomy side, but from a pleasure perspective, that's one piece of it. Then you start to feel a little bit more certain. Okay, I teach women when they start these classes with me and they want to learn how to guac and X, Y, and Z. Well, do you understand the penis?
What the hell is the guac?
No, she said it twice. Guac,
yeah,
guac.
She said guac, guac. Like,
I'm like, sure she heard.
You know what that meant, though? You know what it is?
Yeah, I kind of got
it. It's a sound effect.
I thought it was guac. Oh, that guac, guac. Oh,
I'm like, you know,
my shit sound different than that.
It's like a squishy, wet.
I
got the idea, though. That's what
you know, but they want to learn how to be throat goats or whatever the case is, and they don't understand the organ they're pleasing.
Hold on one second, buddy.
Oh.
It's gonna melt.
I know it's gonna. Thank you. You the best.
No problem.
You made that for him?
My niece.
You made that for him?
I went and bought it from the store.
My niece. Huh? He being a hater.
No, I'm not. I'm congratulating. That was nice. It was nice.
Thank you, boo.
You should have pulled the step out a little bit, cause
What?
a little step out a little further.
What you mean pull the step?
I said you should have pulled. No, made it. Like, look, he's looking like what?
Talk about pull the step out. What the fuck? Damn.
Concrete, nigga.
What talk about?
I don't know if I got the tools for that.
I'm looking like.
I was actually.
I'm looking too. I'm looking. I'm seeing that.
I
So
was
what is
looking.
you talking about though? That was
about the
cute.
sign?
That was cute.
Nah,
That was cute.
Okay.
That was cute.
Okay.
That was cute. This guy.
No, but yeah, it's like they don't understand the part of the body that they're trying to please, right? And honestly, men don't either.
I was going to ask
I
you
was
that.
gonna get there too.
Because
I was gonna ask that.
now, you don't got to go into, because we want anybody that needs to. They come, go to a class or something like
Yeah,
that.
but I don't gatekeep.
Okay.
It's
So
still
what's up? Give us a common thing like amongst a lot of men that they don't know
About their own
when they dealing with
with
women dealing how to please a woman.
Forget that for 2 seconds.
Okay.
What's the most sensitive part of your penis?
Sensitive part. I would think it's the
I would say the head.
the tip.
Okay, the tip. Is there a specific part of the tip that has more sensitivity than others?
I would think the top.
I think
Because the top. No, the
Yeah,
top.
We getting somewhere, guys.
Because
I like
you
the
know.
bottom.
It's called the frenulum. It's under.
Yeah,
Oh,
under.
It almost
Yeah.
connects all of the nerves of the glands,
Okay.
right? So the tip is the glands. I heard them, yeah.
Hey, this is sound effects right here.
It's the one part of the organ that has the most sensitivity, the most nerve endings, right? Next to that, you have the glands, which is the whole head, right? All of that has more sensitivity than the rest of it. Then we get into dorsal veins and shaft. You got to understand all of this. So if a guy
God damn, that's a lot. That's a lot.
understanding of that anatomy, as a woman who wants to please that organ, you have to. I mean, that's where the information and the application go hand in hand, because now I know this is the most sensitive part. If I'm trying to make you come, then I might spend more time consistently there. If I'm not trying to make you come, it's just like we teasing, because you know some guys they let off and it's party done, the night is over, right? So sometimes you want to get them going, but you don't want to grand finale. So then you don't spend a lot of attention too much for too long in that one spot, because you know that might send them through the roof. So that's where the application comes in from the information.
For the men.
For the men. Now for women.
Yeah. That's right? What I want to know.
Our anatomy is similar in some ways and complex in others, right? So most women, majority of women, about 85% don't come from penetrative orgasm. And I think it's mostly because the clitoral, it's 8,000 nerve endings in just the clit alone. But what most guys don't realize is that what you see from the clit is the smallest part of it, right? So if you get a diagram of a clitoris, you'll see that behind the walls, or whatever the case is, if this is the vaginal canal, right, the clit is actually extending inside the vagina too. So you got that point here, but there's a leg here, and there's a leg here that's in her lips, and then there's two bulbs that surround her walls, right? So when they say he hitting my walls, it's because you're actually hitting her clit from the inside, right? Because that first part of the opening is the highest point of sensitivity, which is why size is not always the most important thing. If a guy knows how to work that first 3-some inches, right, then you curve upward. But then the other thing a lot of guys don't know is that the G-spot doesn't show up until she's aroused. So the best analogy I can give you is like, think about a sponge that's hard. Until you wet it, you can't really use it, right? So if you just go straight for it and you haven't built up her blood flow, got her going, then it's a tougher texture to the tissue, but then it softens up when she's open and she's... So if you know that organ needs to be activated, you don't go straight for the kill, right? So that's where, again, information and action comes hand in hand.
And the one thing about women is there's more from a connection point, because if you connect it to your partner, I don't care.
It'll feel different.
It's a whole different.
Yep.
Yeah. So
it's so funny.
So
I think that goes.
That's not connected. The ones that sell that joint is phony. It's not real.
It's not that it's not that they're phony. It's that they've become pros at the thing that gets people to the goal, right? They have a very goal-based profession. My goal is in this amount of time to get you whatever you need, right?
Yeah.
Where when you in a connected, locked in situation, I don't believe you should set a goal. Just let that shit go where it goes. You know? Like I said, let go, let God. So it's a difference. I think they just have built the ability to turn it off and not attach it to themselves. And honestly, I've coached people who have been selling their bodies for 10 years who literally come to this point to realize that they never actually had sex for them. They were always having sex for the pleasure of somebody else. So there were things about themselves that they didn't even know. And you got to imagine to be a pro worker with sex as your living and still not understand what gets you what you need.
Who's more receptive to the info though?
Always women.
Yeah.
Always women. Men, we got to trick them too.
Okay.
Just point blank. And it's because ego comes in. Like nobody wants to hear that they don't already got it. I don't know how to describe it. And most women will fake it instead of telling him, baby, you really ain't doing it from me. But it's not an easy conversation. The approach matters. So guys are a little bit harder to reach. They think sex toys, some guys think a sex toy is a competitor. Some guys think it's a collaborator. So it depends on the mindset of the guy about whether he's going to be easy to reach. But women, and that's probably the greatest difference. If a girl is with a guy she really like and she's not pleasing him a certain way, she's more likely to seek, how can I do it? A lot of times, unfortunately, the guy thinks he's already doing it.
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm in and out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I have to work the angles I work to reach men.
I never was into that purchase coochie. Like purchasing coochie. It's not the same feeling.
Crazy.
I like that.
That's
connection.
You need that authentic. Organic. That organic.
Connection coochie. That's a new term you just coined right there, my guy. I got that connection coochie. Get with me, you forming connections and bonds and stuff. You're interested in your ancestry after you fuck. I gotta know what the DNA test. Look at the DNA test. I need to know what the root of this shit is. No, but that's so it's funny because can I ask you, right? What is the separation? Because I find that a lot of women think that men like to have sex without they because it's always common. Oh, guys could cheat. They don't have to be connected. They'll smash anything with two legs that could walk. These are things they say about y'all, right? But then you're sitting here saying, yo, that's not actually my preference.
It's not.
I guess the better question to ask is, have you always felt that way? And if not, when did you arrive?
I always felt that way, and I always was the type that liked to please the woman. So the reaction and the connection and seeing the sounds, and like I'm an artist, so I like the sounds, the look, everything. So purchase coochie, I don't know. I just never felt that the moaning was official. Like
you're more drawn to a sensualist.
Yeah,
because he just said the look, the sound, the everything, or whatever the case is. Man,
well, it even when you go to the strip club, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, everybody has a body. I don't care if you're big, you're thin, you're slump, whatever you are. Everybody got a body. Everybody is over there trying to work it. But my thing is, what can you do? Like, I done seen 1,000 booties. I done seen 1,000. I done seen 1,000 vaginas.
Okay.
You know, and when it comes to like, I am a very, when I would go,
1,000 is a lot.
In my head,
I don't want to say
I'm gonna help you out.
No.
Because he could have watched a lot of.
No. Yeah, don't worry about it. You ain't gotta. Don't worry about it. You ain't gotta help me out. I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? Listen, there was a time that I wasn't married. There was a time where I wasn't a father. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I was out there,
he was outside.
I was outside. Like this shit right here, we being outside on the stoop, this is cool. But when we was outside, we was outside. Yeah. When the internet wasn't popping and we was riding up 95 from Maine to Florida and they wasn't recording shit, we was outside. So when I said 1,000, I said 1,000.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And when you would go to the strip club, you know, because that was one of the places I didn't particularly care for. But when I went, it was like, yo, you know, please get on the pole. Show me something. I was like, because, you know, you sitting here dancing in front of me.
Not going to get my
that ain't going to give, I'm not giving you a coin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's the culture.
Yeah. Now it's a lot worse.
That's where entertainment industry and the sex industry do this.
Yes.
Because that's the culture. It's not about feeling anything. Shake that ass, bitch. Pop that pussy, ho. That's the whole, that's the culture. I mean, and I don't think it's anything terrible about it. I have Nigerian origins, and every bit of our history is a movement of our hips and our body. And at one point, we was put up on pedestals and laughed at. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so it took for our people to appreciate it, because we were the blueprint for that body type. So it became, again, a situation where now you're starting to see this appreciation for it. And the culture takes that and then they water it down, technically, when you just throw a twerk on it. But most of those girls, if they get the right body, they can make a coin off it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not guys.
Dance, too. I like that dancing shit.
and nobody is not. I think people say they tired of seeing it, but you can't just acknowledge that it's hypnotizing if a person can do it well.
They could do it well.
Right, but it's another thing when it's after you finish seeing the ass shake, you see that person knows how to work their eyes. They giving you a experience that makes you feel, you know what I'm saying? It's a fantasy.
But you know
the whole dancing of the body is that
it doesn't necessarily. She got to be a stripper. She could be a belly dance. Anybody.
Yes. Because you don't even have to move your body. You can move your body. If I'm coming across my body like that, I'm obviously passing my curves. So I don't even really have to move a lot. You're gonna see my hands bring that to life, right? The same. So when girls are doing all of that kind of stuff, it's more of a softness to it, and a guy responds to that softness. A lot of the girls in the strip club, it's hard. We about to drop off this fucking pole, we gonna boom and all that. So everything is a little aggressive in the movements. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
I always said I could get past the big ass, right? But if they have some hips, that's everything. that's the whole shit. That's the eye of it.
The hips.
The hips is it.
That's interesting. Because I've had some guys say that it's nothing more disappointing than seeing a front and thinking you about to get the back, and then the back is not there.
But it can't be not like, it can't be.
It can't be. It gotta be there. It got something. Because we all got roles.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And in any species, and any, you look at any animal put on this earth. When it comes to male and female, we all got a different role to play. And as they say, men are the head of the household. But if a woman knows how to work her sensuality,
really running that
a woman is the neck that turns the head. You can't do nothing without your neck.
My grandfather always told me I could run my house straight from the kitchen.
That's right.
If I say that this is what time the food hits the table, that's what time the food hits the table.
That's right.
What time you said, baby?
Right. 7 o'clock. That's how it used to be.
Yeah.
Right? You knew not to not be on time for dinner. Those principles are
that is true.
Slowly fading. But I don't give a shit what they be like, girl, oh, he always wanna go out, da. Me, I'm gonna give you the starter kit. I'm gonna feed you. And if you still wanna go after, have fun. Have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna feed you and I'm gonna drain you.
Hold on.
Stomach full, balls empty. Stomach full, balls empty. That's
make a
it.
choice.
Yeah.
It's
my nigga, I'll see y'all later.
And that's the real. It's not that you don't want them to be able to, whatever the case is. It's understanding that. But if you are gonna go out, you going out stomach full, balls empty. That's my only policy.
Yeah.
When I was 16, I might have sat down and was like, yo, all right, I'm good. But now at this age, I'm like, man, listen, I don't want to be bothered after all of that. Please leave me alone.
Nah, at this age, it's different when the ball's empty.
What?
Shit, when the ball's empty, I don't want to do nothing. It's over.
It's a wrap.
I'm like, hold on.
Suck your thumb, right?
That should have said instant deactivation switch. I'm telling you, so they picked the wrong problems. You sitting here in his ear, like, oh, you gonna go out again? Let me some good dick for you. Come here, baby. You ever been swallowed up?
Yeah, see what I'm saying? That'd be the whole shit. You'll be like this. I ain't going nowhere.
Not forming no problems. But if you are, just at least send them in a way that they remember what they value. Or whatever the case is.
Yo, I gotta get back home, my nigga.
I don't got no problems with that. Just tell your homeboys, don't ignore them because you don't feel like.
Oh yeah.
And you don't answer the phone. Pick up and say, yo, I'm not fucking with it. Don't be like, yo, I fell asleep, son. No, nigga.
Just put to sleep.
You just put to sleep.
Exactly. It's not the same. But that's how.
Ain't nothing wrong with night.
Nah, nigga.
Night.
Nigga, tell me. I don't want my homeboys just ignoring my call all night.
I had a friend of mine who I had taught something. I was like, well, you know, you generate the most of your testosterone in your sleep, right? And I wasn't expecting him to go.
Hold on, goddammit. Hold on. Don't teach him and not tell us. Tell us.
It's the truth. A lot of guys don't get good sleep. But your body goes into the strongest form of testosterone production when you sleep, and you're idle. So if a guy doesn't get good sleep, he might start to feel off. If you ever wake up and you feel like I'm off base, not feeling my regular, usual manly self, then you might be seeing a lower level of testosterone, which could be attributed to you working 2 shifts, you ain't sleeping, you ain't this. So people think going out, don't get me wrong, it's good for your spirit to keep you up and every now and again get out, But that sleep, good sleep, could feel like good sex on a good day.
Yo, ain't gonna lie, son. I love waking up like this.
Yo. And now, so the funny thing, I'll tell you a funny thing. The other day,
wake up on.
I'm sitting with my man or whatever the case is, and he woke up like that or whatever. He came at me, and I'm in the house singing solid. Solid as a rock. I was like, that dick is solid. I was sweating. It'll put you in a different mood when he wake up. Like a Chevy commercial.
He got the big block going.
It's something different about it or whatever. But that's the best time to have sex too.
I'm about to say morning sex.
Morning is the best time. By the end of the day, you done went through your whole day. You like, yeah, need the rest of this I got. I don't want that rest. I want that bright and restored dick. Did you sleep? Did you sleep well? I ain't even talking about did you sleep good? I know she jumped a few times in the middle of the night. So you ain't have no nightmares, did you? I be here down, baby. I be cutting it. I be like, hold on now. I want you to wake up good, but it's real.
Yeah.
So guys don't be realizing that. But I didn't think he was gonna weaponize it because one time she's like, "Oh, you always going to sleep."
That's right.
You going to sleep on me. He was like, "Well, babe, if I don't sleep, I'll generate."
That's right. That's right.
That's right. I'm doing this for you. I'm going to sleep with you.
I'm a girl's girl. You're making me the enemy, nigga. But I was happy he remembered it. I was, but yeah, that's real shit.
Shout out to the men that pay attention.
Shout out to the guys that pay attention. Yes.
And I think that happens as we get older, especially for me. I'm gonna talk for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, we used to rip and run. So you know what I'm saying? As I got older, I think you start to appreciate it a little more. You just look at things a little differently. Because at one time, you know what I'm saying?
You was a nasty nigga at one time.
You know what I'm saying? That's all. I just want to say,
that nigga done raised him out.
It wasn't my responsibility.
Do you think you had to?
If she ain't do what she had to do, it wasn't my responsibility. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You on your own.
So what you're saying is, as long as you got right, you ain't care.
You better get yours. You better get yours.
I think we kind of always did when you was a young boy. We kind of always did.
But now,
that's a straight fact.
We didn't understand it.
When you're young, it's quantity. When you're older, it's quality.
Yes.
That's I think the transition. And I think that's natural progression. That's why I say perfect progression. At one point, you was doing everything you were supposed to do at that time. You didn't know. You ignorance on fire. You out there, And then at some point, you realize that there's no value in it. You know what I'm saying? After that post-nut clarity.
Yeah, like, what the fuck am I doing? I gotta get up out of here.
There's so many bad decisions I've been saved from just let me just get this off real quick because I was about to make some wrong calls.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then after you come, it's like fuck.
I'm good.
I'm good. Post-nut clarity. Yeah. So I think you got all of these nuts you're getting off in your young age, and then finally the true post-nut clarity kicks in at some point where you're like, yo, this shit is getting tired.
Yeah.
It's starting to not be different, and you start to realize the thing that makes it different is the other attributes of that person that just makes it hit so much more. When you got an attentive person, she noticed you drink Sprite, so she just, oh babe, I was the store. You ain't gotta be like, can you give me a Sprite? She just came with the Sprite. You woke up, it's on the side. You like. I love seeing those faces.
That's how you knew her shit was throbbing all day.
You turned around, you felt like the little spoon for 2 seconds. Like, damn, that was warm, baby. I know it's just a Sprite. That shit is where it's at. And when you got a person who do that to you, you like, I'm about to. Like the way you go into that the sexual interaction with them is different because they feed that excitement that makes you feel like they deserve the pleasure.
Connection.
That shit is different.
So, question: is it true that busting nuts take time off your life?
It's not taking time off your life. There's actually more health benefits to busting nuts than the latter, especially for men.
For men,
especially for men. Prostate cancer is a big taker of our guys. So there's that, but also. Heart attacks, unfortunately, a lot of black men work all their lives at 55 years old, just drop dead on a job. And this is on a real talk, right? But you got to think about your heart rate, the activity. Sexual activity is a form of fitness, right? A regular release. It's okay to let go. A thing that most men don't get permission to do. Right, so y'all get the most of y'all release from your nut because it's almost the only acceptable way that society lets you. That in the gym, at least for the wise guys, right? Then you got those who don't go that route and they take that and turn it into aggression and they do dumb shit. And that right there is straight killing the men for me, right? Because it's always the black man for me. But that's what's one of the biggest things, right? So you got guys who make a decision and they either go this way or that way. But when people are always focused on the reaction, but I'm the person who's like, what's the root?
Yeah. What's
right? How many things is this guy, More day. Hey. I just think about how many things that was suppressed before the ticking time bomb went off. Right, because most guys only get off from literally getting off. You know what I'm saying? So I think if we made it more socially acceptable for men to have a way to express, we probably see less impulsive behaviors because they wouldn't feel like, yo, nobody gives a fuck, so I'm on that time or whatever. Whether you're the most mature guys, every guy has a different way. Some people channel it into success. They take that pain and they turn it into something else. And then other people is like, yo, you want a villain? I'm going to give it to you. So we're going to really talk about it. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Post-nut clarity, I think for men, you also reach a certain point in your life where you realize that certain actions could stop your ability to live the life you want to live. And that's a wise state. That's why they say most men don't hit it till 40, but it's a wise state that you're like, yo, this shit ain't worth it. You pick and choose your battles a little bit differently.
Oh, yeah.
And every little somebody stepped on your toe is not a reason to go shoot a nigga. It's not worth it. What is so I think that goes along with when you have that shift in your mindset as a man, now you want a woman who aligns with that mindset. And the girl who could just throw pussy on you ain't her.
Yeah.
It's not.
No, she's the one who will be like, yo, sit your ass down. Cause sometimes y'all need
we need someone to tell us to sit.
Y'all be stressing.
Yeah.
Y'all be. Sometimes you just need someone to tell you to sit. Just it's Men's Health Month, right?
Yes, it is.
So just a week, 2 weeks ago, said my man. I said he's telling me about the Cincinnati. He had a real serious accident early in the year, car accident. So he's been in recovery and from the femur bone having to be replaced. So relearning to walk essentially.
Yes.
And so when he was
that nigga got up with the Stone Cold Steve Austin that morning too with a bad hip. Oh, he put that work in. I see why she was singing. Solid. I see. That man he was back. That man he was back. Though. Right. That man he was healing though.
I was healing that motherfucker out. I said it from day one. I said
that man he was back.
No, when he first had the accident, guys, we had been involved for about 9 months. We weren't committed yet. I was like, I'm about to help my man walk, right? Because I realized, the pool is piston. I'm gonna help you walk, baby, because we're gonna get this together.
It's wild out there.
That shit is a septic tank. No filters. You know what I'm saying? And then you find this little pocket of something that you're like, yeah. So what I saw though was I said first it's gonna be the physical because he's gonna feel like he can't do what he normally do. But the whole time I'm just watching for his mental. I'm waiting for that moment because eventually emotional hits. Then mentally you're like, yo, it feels like it's never going to end. So I think about stuff like that when he had the accident and where we are now, right? And I think where we learned the quality is in that we was, even in his pain, he was still, days that I didn't have a good day, finding a room to create space for me. Yo, come lay down. We over here cuddled in a fucking rehab bed, whatever. But it was on some, you been moving, I need you to stop. So we still taking care. So it's an exchange or whatever. Even though in that moment it was gonna be heavier on me than him, right? That's natural. There are times where one is up 70-30 type shit. So I think what people have to understand when it comes to these relationships and that connection, he when people saw the physical injury, people respected what he couldn't do. But when he started being able to move more, started being able to walk, immediately was, can you pick up this water? Can you go to BJ's? It's back to regular scheduled programming, even though he's still healing and you can't see his pain. So it's, oh, he better. So I'm listening to him and he's like, at home I feel this way sometimes, here I feel this way, taking care of my child, but that's a service relationship. And I'm like, all right, it's time to be the warden, right? Pulled him in and said, you're gonna stay with me for the next couple of weeks. All this shit gotta stop for a minute. You're gonna reset all your progress if you don't slow down. Sent him to a hotel for the first night. I said, you gotta go by yourself, because you can't even be around me. Because if you're around me, you don't turn off that side of you that's always trying to take care of me. So the only way for me to truly let you restore is even for me to take myself out the equation. Yeah, for that moment, even though he cheated and he ended up telling me to get on the game because I'm a gamer, right? And I'm like, you supposed to be by yourself. We over here playing fucking.
That's not cheating then. That's not cheating.
Not to cut you. We gamers too.
But that's not cheating.
He's like, you gonna jump in the lobby? I'm like, we gonna do this heist.
Wait, hold on.
I jumped in.
What you play? What you play?
So we both started getting. I like shooting. I like to shoot shit.
Call of Duty.
But we played Grand Theft Auto and Destiny.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So it was one of those things where my goal was to say, be in your bubble. I'm gonna leave you alone. I ain't gonna shoot for shit. And that was something that had to be realized, because he's like, well, you're not the source of my frustration, right? If you contribute to that person's peace, then your presence around them isn't a disruption. But so I stayed on that game till 3 in the morning and talking in the lobby, high as a kite off an edible. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting on outfits in the game, talking about, you like this shit, daddy? Yeah, I'm telling you, I got the video on my page. But then the next morning I went and, posted my clarity. Honey, it's time to check out. Right? I'm a little hungry first. But it was one of those situations where I'm listening to what he's saying and realizing what he might not even be realizing in that moment. And then it comes a point where you realize he needs the opportunity to retreat, release, in order to restore, so he could keep showing up. Most of our guys don't get that.
And the crazy thing about it is when you find a good woman, that exchange of power. So
submission is crazy.
Like between you would have no idea of the power that a woman. They say pussy done started wars and fight. Like
it has. It's medieval times.
That's right.
They was out here breaking treaties for some.
Real. If you know how to work it.
Nah, but back in the days, you used to wife a good woman, like with the bad coochie, and then fall in love
with the whore.
With the whore.
Jezebel.
Exactly.
Well, you know what the problem was? The good woman didn't want to do the Jezebel shit behind closed doors. Well, if she couldn't, that's something different.
Because most of the time,
some women won't.
See, if the Jezebel is known for it, then she's out there, she's living it. You expecting this girl to automatically know how to turn on when everything that she was raised to be and told was a lady is the opposite of it. So, my mom is crazy as hell. I'll tell you that. A blanket statement. The wild, wild one. But there were things she said to me that I'm like, but then it takes a level of maturity to start understanding what the underlying meaning is. Because she would say to me, baby, never ask a man for dick in exchange for money. Or never, offer your pussy in exchange, but you could ask for some dick and some money. Right? Babe, can I suck your dick and have $500? Right? Yeah. If you say no to one, it's no to the other. But she used to joke about those types of things and saying, you're not exchanging it, but you just want both. But I laughed about it when I was like, oh, here my mother saying some crazy shit again. Here I am. These are lessons from my mother that I need at this age, mother. But what I understood to what she was saying is not what you do, it's how you do it. Right? Because if you are taking care of certain things, the things that you want start to come.
Yeah.
So I didn't get that when she said it. I'm just thinking mommy saying some wild shit. But I'm like, no, mommy done figure some shit out.
Of course.
Hold on now. Good looking.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to learn how to read between those lines. And communication, I just was talking about this. It's so crazy. But there's psychology studies that suggest communication is broken down into 3 percentages. 55% is body language. 38% is the tone or tonality or facial expressions, right? And then 7% is words, right? It's not necessarily saying that words are less important because we know that interchanging a word could change everything. But it's that so many people are focused on what people are saying that they're not paying attention to the language that their body is speaking. Right, and if you're really in tune with that sexuality side, you're gonna notice. I know what your pleasure face look like versus your pain face look like, right? So when you hone in on that and you learn how to apply it outside of the bedroom, when he's walking around and he's pretending he's okay, you can see it. And you know, I would have conversations with him. I say something and he do his little shutdown thing. He like this. I'm like, what happened, babe? What I said? He like nothing. I'm like, no, he's shutting down. What was the thing? Because I might have said something in the wrong way or not intended way. But most women don't notice when that guy dialed out and she's still
going on.
Yapping.
And he over there singing Sesame Street. You know, something else. So if you can't notice it, you can't address it. You know, so it was a matter of me seeing like, okay, this is what you're saying, but this is what I'm seeing. And this is what I think you need.
Shit, I'm happy she came because I damn sure wanted to know the clinical, right?
Yes.
That was the clinical.
Yes.
And we was talking about it.
Yeah.
And we was like, because I was like, yo, a clinical sexologist. How the fuck
Like some hygiene, clean shit right there.
You know what? My son actually was like, is that a real job? So I was like, we gonna find out today.
Yeah, we gonna find out.
It's no longer no different than a therapist, except in a specialty area.
What was Dr. Ruth? Was she a sexual?
She was considered a sexologist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sex therapist. They used in that area.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Because they accepted the white lady.
Yeah.
They accepted the little short white lady.
Like what the hell she gonna tell me?
Because she didn't have a sexualized appearance. If you're a sexual women talk about sex, then that's all we talk about.
And then people assume she knows everything about it because of her look.
I'm a forever student.
No doubt.
You gotta be. You can learn. I can know everything I learned in school. Don't matter. Now I gotta learn his body, and where application comes in. So now I have a baseline. I have a foundation of information. But it's no different than training for a job. Until you get the hands-on experience, you can't correlate what you learn with what you're doing. So all of that. I'm the best. This. I'm the best. This. I don't want to be the best dick sucker. I want to be the best to suck his dick.
That's true.
And that's not the same.
Don't bite my shit.
And they think that a woman who's like that means you promiscuous.
No.
The two don't gotta go hand in hand.
You know what? I think that comes from, like you said, ignorance. And when you were young, you were very ignorant and naive to the fact. But as you get older, you're like, yo, this is my lady. She's doing what I like. First of all, mind your motherfucking business.
Right.
And second of all, this is what we do in our bedroom. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of people kind of, they go on these tangents.
Yeah.
Like, I'm married to my wife. So if I'm married to my wife, whatever me and my wife do is me and my wife business. All you other motherfuckers that always got something to say, get you a wife or a husband and do whatever the fuck you want to do with them.
Bust her ass the way you want to bust her ass.
My grandfather always said to me, what you eat, another person will shit. Right. So being that obsessed with what somebody else is doing, knowing that what they're doing, like if he lick her pussy, you won't feel it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I guess to me that's that's a maturity too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you're too busy trying to taunt being the best, that's my first evidence that you ain't. Because that means that you're unaware. You are oblivious. Because I probably could find 10 women who would disagree. I could probably find 10 men who might disagree. You thought you put that work on him. And he went back and was like, yo, shit was... I waited all this time for it. Yeah, shit. But you think you did your shit and you walking around town.
Question. give 3 annoying factors about coochie eating. Like, give 3 factors that's annoying when a guy want to go down and eat coochie. Tell them 3 things not to do when they go down there.
Too much teeth too, man.
Teeth.
Yeah, they bite.
Well, it's biting and nibbling is not the same.
Yeah.
But it's like they don't read the room. So I'm gonna tell you the truth. You don't look for when she's making the most noise. You look for when she can't make noise. Like you did some shit that literally
Took her
breath, made her body.
Toes is open.
Everything was. You done found a little hidden tunnel down there. A lot of times guys start doing the thing we like and then switch. And for us, that build up is so key because it takes so much for us to reach that point, and then when you do it, it's like a wow, wow, wow. But I guess it's similar for guys sometimes. It's kind of like if a woman is consistently bobbing at the same rate, same speed, same motion, and if she switch it, it's like a reset button for you. And that's an anatomy thing too, because y'all semen start at your balls, works its way up towards the prostate. It sits there, and while you're being stimulated, it's building up right there, mixing in with other seminal fluids, and that's why the prostate is. They don't want to talk about it, but that's why they call it the male's P-spot, because that's where the biggest form of that buildup is happening. And so when you continue to apply that stem, then a person shoots. But if you do something that walks them down, it's like all of that buildup fizzled out, and now you gotta build it up again.
Well, that's why I think it's okay for a woman to say, "Stay right there. Don't move. Don't move. Right there." I'm like, okay. I got a cramp in my neck.
You over there like checkmate. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And because also I feel like you winging it to a degree, right? You're looking for that thing that gets that response, right? So a lot of times you're fishing, but I think one of the biggest things that guys do is they don't realize when they found it. And that's a lot of things with men. Y'all be oblivious as hell. Women throwing signs at you. She was, oh, she was flirting with me. Damn, I missed that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all ain't no different in sex sometimes. So
I'm good with body language. I read the body.
The body is, and that's
I read the squirming, the noise, everything. If I got her, no, seriously. You gotta pay attention to it, because when they moving and they be like, they be stuck.
Look them lips.
Listen.
Listen, like, hold on, man. That's
the nasty boy.
They used to call that. That was the attitude. My shorty like, why they call you nasty?
She don't know
that was the attitude.
I said it was an attitude thing. I don't want to. It ain't
shit. As much as you just talk, she know you're nasty.
She know you're nasty now.
Nah, I use like.
He has some sadistic things in him too.
Yeah.
Most pleasure seekers are that, because you getting a fix up for the reaction. The response is like, yeah, he got it in him too. He like, I just like, as soon as a motherfucker get like that, you like, I lock them legs and you can't run nowhere. Oh, you like tying bitches down.
Look, cause she got some shit though. She got some tie up with some tie down, some tie up shit. Now, are you a knot person? Do you know how to do the knots? Because
shibari and stuff like that, rigging. So I'm the person. I'm the rope bunny, which means I'm the person who likes to be tied or restrained. I identify as what they call a switch, which means that I'm not just dominant or submissive. I'm both, and they can exist at different times in different ways. It's just really knowing which one needs to show up at a given time.
So now, when you're dominant, do you know how to make the knots?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
With no hands?
I gotta learn that. I gotta learn how to do the knots. You gotta try the knots. I want to tie some knots.
It's an artistic thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but what people don't realize is, so like if you've ever been tied up or suspended in the air or any of those types of
you hear
things,
that shit?
or whatever the case is,
you real interested in getting tied up.
No, I don't want to be tied up, but I want to be
it's called a rigger.
I want to be the rigger. What about the thruster? Because I want to be the rigger and the thruster. I don't want to just be the rigger. I want to be the rigger and the thruster.
You can be both.
Okay, that's true. That's me. That's who I am.
But they so first of all, like for black communities and the kink, it has more significance for us because it's more so about breaking bonds, but also like only being bonded when you want to be.
Okay.
That autonomy for us, so it's a different type of like access to freedom and trust. If a person is doing that thing, and you got to trust that they, gonna take care of you. But to what I was saying to you, with a rigger, their fascination is they still got to learn things about the body. A person can't be positioned a certain way. You can't cut certain circulation points. You can't. So there's still mad information, mad knowledge that you got to seek to even technically really step into it. But exploring it could be the fun part. You know what I'm saying? There are classes you could go to with your person, and y'all can learn how to do X, Y, and Z.
Turn knots and shit.
All that shit.
Well, my shorty better.
I'll share
She better throw that rope away, cause that shit ain't gonna work. She don't know how to rap. She tried to put it right here and almost passed out.
Yeah, you can't. It could be dangerous if it's not done the right way, and the person don't know stuff like that.
They ain't never tied me up. He talking about they tied him up. Shit, I want to know what's going on there,
I'm just saying, though. I think a lot of men crave submission. So
you know, I'm gonna say this. I'm a man of a certain age, so I had to go get my prostate checked. After that check, because I was in a very vulnerable position, and
good word.
I have not been the same since. So I don't know if I'm ready for, you know what I'm saying, a submissive role too much yet. Because that vulnerable, it was
You
just.
think you go back to trust, cause it's got to be somebody that you can trust. Like,
and submissive don't automatically mean prostate exams either.
Yeah, because that shit was like
submission and dominance.
Trust the doctor. You can trust your
wife. Man, I want to hurt that motherfucker.
And the thing about the doctors, if you want to get technical, like to them it ain't. This
nigga is like, I'm like, yo, my man, what's going on? You finished? The girl is like, and then I come out, she was like, oh, you out quick. I said, bitch, it felt like I was in there forever. Fuck is you talking about? I got upset.
Longest 60 seconds of your life?
Whatever it was the longest.
Long time.
60 seconds. I thought that shit, I thought I was in there for a half an hour. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. If a person has leadership that you could trust, then you can submit to that leadership because they're not going to take you nowhere you don't want to be. And a good leader is going to factor in every way that it affects you. So sometimes you might be the best person to lead the charge, but sometimes that woman might be the best person to lead the charge. Y'all be doing some dumb shit sometimes, and we be sitting there just like, babe, just let me do it. And babe. That's where we gotta, so every now and again, our talents is the best, you know what I'm saying, way to go about it. You might be a hothead, I might have to be like, babe, not here. I got your back in public, but in private, you was wild. You know what I'm saying? So it's more.
Nigga, let me holler.
You know when you was doing the most. You know what I'm saying?
I got pulled over.
Don't do that shit again.
Let me talk to you. What's up? You bugging, man. You chill.
In public, I got you though.
She like, yeah, nigga, you're
doing a lot. Feel like because you don't, you regulate it. Okay, cool. So that's what I mean when I say that. But then it's no different in sex. When guys say, "I like a woman to take charge or lead the charge," you asking her to step into the dominance.
I don't like that shit.
Look at him.
What about initiate?
Why?
Is dominance and initiate?
And initiation go hand in hand. Taking charge and initiate and literally go hand in hand.
You don't got to take charge. You can participate, but you don't got to sit there and take charge.
But if I push you down and I say lay back and pull your dick out because I'm hungry,
I might just pull that shit out and go like this.
Are you gonna submit or what?
I gotta wave the flag a few times.
You gonna submit.
Think twice about something like that.
It goes to what she said. It's how you present it.
It's how you present it. I had an argument one time with my ex-fiance, not my current partner, my ex-fiance. And we was going at it for a while. And I'm just like, you want to be mad and shit. I'm trying to think, all right, cool. I'm going to get through to him. He in there watching anime and shit. I'm in the room, just want my back blown. I'm like, when we going to get past this phase? So I recorded a video on my phone. And I was like, yo, babe, I really love sucking that dick. The thing is, I'm pissed off with you. And when I'm mad, I can't suck your dick. So can we talk so I can get back to sucking it? And then I screamed.
Girlfriend, you sent me that shit out of win.
I ain't even send it.
Fuck these anime shit.
I screen shared that shit to the TV in the living room and played the video from right?
Shit.
And let the message took over. And then I just waited in the room. And when he came, I pretended like, oh, what happened? So, what happened? What you doing here? Let's figure out how to get this dick sucked. You know what I'm saying? But it's not, I'm not saying in the most literal way you have to go that extreme. But what I'm saying is when it comes to a man, you got to know how to put honey on your tongue to reach him, to get him where you want to go. Because y'all do sometimes need to be led.
Yeah, they stubborn.
Stubbornness to do it.
We'll bust off.
So you just said you don't like submission, but I give an example where you like.
He does. You gotta present it to him right, apparently, though.
Yeah, but if she's
Without
leading
him
that
knowing.
charge and you know that her goal is to take you where you want to go, then why are you gonna fight that? You know what I'm
Look at
saying?
me a certain type of way though. She gotta give me.
And she got to talk. And she got to talk.
She
She got to
gotta have
talk
a
too,
right
right?
And you
And she got to be drooling while she doing that shit. What?
You can also do it in a subtle way. You know what I'm saying? Too, you can deliver the same statement. That's why they say with the communication. You know what I'm saying? I can go, hey daddy, I could go that tone that's a little bit more submissive. Or I could go, come over here and eat this pussy. Like I could say it like that or whatever.
That shit. You
And-
say that. Nigga,
This pussy on your face.
all fours right there.
You're
We ride.
I'm serious
You know
though.
what I'm saying?
You're freaking.
Yo, your
Let me
lady never
smother
said
you.
come
You know
back.
what I'm saying? Some shit. You niggas is like a pork chop? Yeah. Let me smother you. It was good when I fried it, but as soon as I dipped it in that motherfucking gravy, dipping this gravy, me making it better. You know what I'm saying? When you know how
My bad.
Come
guy
on.
is not, I don't care what you say. Only way he ain't with it is if he gay. I mean, because if he ain't responding to that
Yeah.
to some degree, it don't mean that, you know, that's the only way. But you got to know your person
Yeah.
and figure out what's the way for them. That's why I say you got to.
Kind of response.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm a forever student, because I can know everything in the world, but I got to really figure out, like, what's your formula, right? And then also never get tired of looking for it, because the formula changes. Every time you evolve, you go through something different in your life, it changes. If you're stressed out, sex might not be the first thing on your mind. You know what I'm saying? My guy say to me, babe, today I need a pass, because
I know what he means.
Yeah,
If that money ain't right, if that money ain't right,
That's
listen,
like-
I ain't thinking about no
If
pussy.
you've been kissing on, if you've been motherfucking kissing on the same rib for 3 months, switch the other side. Go to the other side.
most guys don't get touched in any places but their genitals. They don't even know what other parts they like to be touched. We get touched everywhere. You know, my spine, this and that. And I remember having a conversation with him where he was like, I don't really like getting my neck licked because I'm tickles. It's like, yeah. But I was paying attention to every other thing in sex, and I realized anytime two things is happening at once, his body don't know what to focus on, and it always gets me where I want to go. So I was just like, can I see something? I'm always mapping his pleasure, right? I need the longitude and latitude to that shit, right?
Like that. That's what's up.
Right, and it's a thing called pleasure mapping. It's something I'm very big on, right? You learn it for yourself, map where your pleasure is.
So what is that like? Knowing your person's spots, pretty much.
And there's spots and things that make them tick in more ways than one. But I'm excited about the quest of how many ways I can please you. Right? So you never get tired of it because it's like, oh, what else can we do? Right? So I remember that moment and I was like, well, if he likes when I do this and that at the same time, came from behind him and he was like this. I'm like, it's all right, be a little spool, baby. You're wrapped up in this shit. But it's one of those reactions where they want to fight it, but they don't because it's like this shit kind of feels nice. Right? So he like that. I was like, when I could get those kind of reactions, okay. But then I went to lick his neck, I reached behind and I'm stroking his dick, right?
Yeah, I know he like.
And every time I started to notice, every time my tongue flipped, he thrusts forward. So I'm controlling his body into my hand from his neck. And that type of shit is exciting to me. So now I want to figure out how many other ways I can explore this. But this is something you thought you didn't like. You came to this relationship saying, I hate that shit. And I'm like, can we define hate? Because maybe you didn't feel it this way. And so more than one way to skin a cat. They might not like it what it feels like if it's a soft lick, because maybe that tickles. But if you give it a little pressure, that's like, some guys like their balls grab. Some guys like, yo, don't grip my shit too hard.
Yeah.
You can't apply the same thing to everybody. It's no one size fits all. And that's the biggest problem. That's why I'm like, everybody's on the goat.
You gotta cut my shits like this.
Because I'm not pro.
Like a volleyball,
you got that shit. You know your balls grab. Yeah. I might ask her, how you like your dick sucked? Like, how you like these balls handled? You want me to grab them shits? You're like, I don't know. I'm like, if I run my finger past them while you behind me, is it going to add to the? He like, hold on, that might make me go knee up. Tell me, babe, I'm still healing.
Yeah. Not yet.
Another month.
Yeah.
Back up where we left off.
We tested the parameters.
Yeah.
But I like it.
You know I like it.
But put it in the ball.
We got
Put it in the ball.
Yeah. We gonna circle
Let
back
you know
around.
Yeah, but that's what it is. It's nothing better than that shit. I don't care what nobody say. I think that's the beauty in committed relationships. When you really like are excited behind that. Just I want to find how many ways I can make a person happy. Let's fight that. Let's let that be a fight. I made you happy this week with me.
That's
Like,
going back to creating that art, man. You make art together.
Yeah, because I think that's what it all comes down to, and that's what I feel like leads to like a fulfillment of life. Because even people with money and success, they say it's lonely at the top, because once you get there and you don't have anyone to share in it, then you start to realize a lot of this shit ain't even worth the paper it's printed on.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's where people need to shift their minds about these kind of conversations. And I do think our community needs them the most, because we're the most trauma, you know what I'm saying, stricken ones. One in 4 black women will be sexually assaulted before she's 18. You know what I'm saying? And men, they say the number is 1 in 5, but we know the majority of those ain't even being reported or told.
Yes.
Then they talk about, from the male's perspective, about most guys won't see a doctor till they about to die. Right? They gotta feel like, yo, I might kill myself. And then they don't understand why a guy, what's his name, Twitch, the dancing dude, how he could take his life. A Robin Williams, somebody who make people laugh for a living and just go on because they. But most of the time, when that type of stuff happen, it be happening me like, you know, I can't get around that. That's why, you know, I'm grateful that my grandfathers, my uncles, whatever, that I had like really, really dominant, strong men in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, a lot of the things, I think I would have easily fell victim to shit they say to women. Like women say out there, you know, these niggas ain't this or this and this and that. I could have easily become that woman. Because I'm not going to lie, I've experienced traumas at the hands, unfortunately, of a black man putting his hands on me, you know what I'm saying, and sexually assaulting me. So from what those along, I feel entitled to be like, fuck y'all, right? Yeah. You could be, I guess. But if it wasn't for the foundation that my granddad and my uncles, my father was gone before I was born. So, but the men in my life, they just secured such a significant, you know what I'm saying, foundation for me that it can't impact me. But it doesn't mean that it hurts me. I don't know how to describe it, because it's like, we always doing this, fighting each other. Mm-hmm. When it's like, yo, babe, we on two opposite sides of the same circumstance. Oh. At some point, we just got to look at each other and be like, yo, I don't really know fully what it is to be a black man. I don't know fully what it is to be a black woman, but I know we both going through some shit.
Going through some shit. Wow. Definitely.
You not my enemy, though. You know, so I just think they've done too good of a job at creating that narrative. And through what I do, I'm out here saving marriages and lives, one orgasm at a time, baby.
Tell them people how sensitive the kneecap is.
Let me tell you something. On the back of the
on the back, both the front and the back.
Have you like a Pillsbury dope girl?
God,
I never forget. Nigga was kissing me in the crevice of my arm one time. Look, I'm over here. That shit felt so good. Let me get some of that. That shit was amazing. Right? I'm looking at that nigga like he just brought home a house deed house.
The front and the back of the elbow.
Very sensitive erogenous zones. Exactly. Very sensitive. Even, and also for men, there's corners above the dick that are more like are very sensitive too. Yeah. Or whatever the case is, so like what your pelvic floor, and so that's why if a guy just going like this, even if he ain't actually having sex with a woman, but that impact feel like a little something, that area is what's being
that's that reggae dancing right
so before you even, you know,
that's that reggae.
Before you even, like a girl, sometimes they just bend it over, you sticking it in, but before you stick it in, sometimes just like let him feel it, like rub it back on him, get his blood flowing, because that's what's gonna have the strongest solid. That's my anthem. Can't tell. It's summertime too. I'm waiting for a cookout. Hell no, I'm singing that shit with a different energy. Never thought, yo. But yeah, I was in there cooking and shit too. What you want? Pork steak? Pork steak, huh? Thick ass chops. You wanna make that shit taste like a sirloin today, baby. Word. But yeah, that's man. It's such a bigger conversation than they make it, and I hate how much we limit it. So I'm just doing my little bit.
There's always more to it, man. There's always more to it.
For sure. But I like having conversations with guys, because I find that if the conversation, like the platform or the environment to have it, y'all be having a lot of shit to say. Yeah. But a lot of guys don't say shit because they ain't trying to go and create problems at home, or like you don't ever want to be out here viral for saying some shit and everybody praising you, but at home Earth looking like. You really said that shit on the internet. You had me looking like
some fucking nerve. You had the nerve to say that shit out here. You wouldn't even say it at home.
Guys is trying to avoid the problem. They be like, you have anything to know? I'm sorry, I have anything to contribute. You got 20 things to say, but nah.
That's what happens when, you know, again, it is such a disconnect when it comes to us talking about what we like versus, you know, what the world
thinks you like.
Yeah.
That's what I
can put that masculinity down and just let loose.
Did y'all see the trend they had of black men frolicking?
Black men
You gotta look it up. It's just clips of all guys, all these black men running through the grass and saying, "Yo, we out here frolicking, my nigga. Black boy joy is back." Like just running through the meadows and doing stupid woohoo shit like that men normally just can't do. It's a trend right now where they're kind of doing that, and it's a way of making a statement of saying like, "Yo, we like to run in the grass too.
The grass,
bring me some flowers."
You like to run your toes through the grass,
shit like that. I love it though, because when you watch the videos, you can't help but laugh and smile seeing it, because they just the strongest, hardest looking niggas. Niggas like, yo, we out here frolicking, y'all. And I'm like,
and the craziest thing is, especially coming from, you know, New York City.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Coming from New York City, coming
Different
from
breed.
the inner cities. If you from Chicago, you from Miami, you from Baltimore. We get put into a different bracket.
New York City got a lot of concretes and bricks, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Construction is it's just big in New York, so we gotta be,
you gotta be hard.
You ain't ever been sought after until you've been sought after by a New York nigga. What you thought was pressure? It's not it.
The energy different, huh?
It's not it.
Gotta go on the
energy different on
gotta go
the
underground to the subways, man.
As a woman who's in a committed relationship, right? I mean, I'm still getting approached. And some shit you just can't even help but laugh at, like the shit that niggas are saying.
Hey, yo, shorty, goddamn!
Only a New York nigga says it. Only.
And they ain't got no problem with it in front of everybody too.
That shit
like
crazy. You walking down the street, they're like, yeah. That shit. Yo, and low key, you like, thank you.
Like, thank you.
And you just can't help it, but but it's conflicting, because for women you don't want to give too much of a response.
Yeah, because you know what comes after.
That's
right. You know, like, I'm over there. Let me go over there.
I got it. I'm trying to reel that in quick. I gotta pull that all the way in now.
She wants me.
So we gotta put our headphones in and act like we ain't hear it.
That's the nigga blockers, baby.
Yo, cause some of that shit you gotta get credit for. I be having conversations and I be intrigued. I be like, and New York niggas don't care. Like, I got a man and what's up?
Who going tell?
I'm sorry you got that problem. Who said he was a problem? Nigga ain't me. How you know? And it be killing that nigga ain't me. And that one statement is an ick for me though. Some nigga know you not him, cause you out here seeking after what he got. That part, that nigga ain't me. Right. Here's what you got. He's got the pitcher being filled. Nigga, you just trying to drink from the cup. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to stop saying that shit, because you're really making yourself look bad.
No, because the nigga going to still take that cup, though.
They going to take it.
And not only is he going to take that cup, it depends on which woman is out there holding the pitcher, because she might sit down and say, you right, he not you. Then you might have a woman that be like, yo, let me see what you're working with. So you know what I'm saying? It all depends on, like,
all depends.
As we get older, well, as I've gotten older, like I told you, I used to be out there. But now, before even I got married, I'm like, everybody can't have some of this now. Because I used to be
Kasha, I like telling them no. Nah, you can't get that.
You ain't talking with you. That's what you say, right?
A lot of guys is getting on that energy these days. Niggas is like, fuck you, bitch. I'm the prize.
For real.
It's a shortage, niggas.
But yo, if you've been outside,
if you a certain type of dude,
you had some type of energy. If you're a certain type of dude, you can be like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, especially when you've been,
because you used to being around.
And you know,
I'm good. Then I walk around with a hard dig.
Definitely feeling it, and I think for a lot of when you being approached by a guy who's not pressed, but it's coming out. It's a different aura, energy, the way he approach you. And again, he's confidence and certainty. Some niggas is just like, yo, listen, I could shoot 100 baskets. I only need 10 today, right? Some guys know, no, bitch, you want to score over here, and they starting to really show their ass a little bit. Guys, it's like, fuck these, But I get it. But I feel like the prize conversation is the only one I don't. It's like you a prize to whoever you a prize to.
Definitely.
That's how I just look at it. But I definitely started noticing niggas
Hell
that
yeah.
y'all getting on y'all shit, man.
No, what? You what? What?
I mean, the bitch is like, no, thank you. He's like, no, bitch, no, thank you. No, but I mean, I'm here for it. Not for nothing. I'm here for it. I think as long as it's done respectfully.
Yeah, it got to be respectful.
It's when you cross those lines where, because that's the thing I never got. You're trying to get with a chick and it's fuck you when she say no, and you just like. You was just seeking after it, and because you can't have it, that rejection thing. Some of these guys can't handle it.
Yeah,
they got some other shit.
Yeah, they got some other shit.
Am I getting skinny while I'm sitting?
Listen,
you sweating, so you getting skinny.
Normally I do say shit like that.
I just want to compliment that sweetness. No. Huh?
I'm gonna eat a cookie on that.
That
was smooth. That was smooth. I'll give him that. Thank you. I appreciate it. What's the Fruity Pebbles?
And that's
shout out Sophia and Grace. They always take care of us. They always show us love. Shout out Sophia and Grace.
Oh, you like? Oh, I'm a Fruity Pebbles guy too.
Yeah, I love this chick. Okay.
Don't start no shit, cause he gonna be home solid as a rock. He gonna be waiting.
Always.
Always. And it's the weekend too.
Yeah. How do you keep him waiting? What's the key factor to keeping a man waiting?
I know things about him that he don't know about him.
That's scary.
That's.
He says the same thing.
But that's from you observing though.
I'm a student.
That's if you observe, you will find out some things about the other person that they don't even know.
I act on the information. And I think that's what it is. I'm an intentional partner. And I think that's what it is. I think one, he's excited for the things that I do that he already knows he loves, and he's excited for the things that I'm gonna do that he don't know. And what else am I gonna find out? So that excitement on both ends, I keep him where he at. He ain't the only one. I ain't gonna act like, I gotta give him his credit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, talk that talk. Talk that talk.
I'm here too.
Bitch be going like this.
They be like, we went to the after hour. I'm like, no. No, I'm not. We'll be doing similar things, but no, I'm going to after hour. I'm going to more hours for y'all. But, I think that's where it's at. That's when it's dope.
Yeah, nice.
You know what I'm saying? When whatever is at home is more exciting than what's out here.
Yeah.
Home
is always more excited than outside.
There's no place like home.
There you go. Yeah, that's how you do that, baby.
Pick the motherfucking hills, man, and follow this road. And I be like, follow this yellow brick road. Sometimes I gotta go backwards. Follow this yellow brick road. Come on, follow that yellow brick. Whatever side, whatever angle, baby, follow it. Follow it.
Cause this angle right here.
You calls me his sex goddess. I be cracking up.
Nasty boy.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I be like, listen, cause don't give me an edible.
Then you turn into ooh.
You think I'm the elements? I be earth, wind, fire, water, fucking water. I be like, come on, baby. Be like, oh, you doing your seance, babe? I'm like, yeah, baby, I'm invoking this sexual healing right now.
See?
Yeah.
But seriously, I'll tell you one thing. It was always exciting to me is the things I learned new. And each, over time, because you don't always learn shit about yourself. It's funny because I'm always the girl. Anybody who follows me or anything like they know, I'm first, second, middle, last person. I'll shake that ass. All right? What the fuck? I'm taking my clothes off and I'm shaking my ass. But believe it or not, it wasn't something I ever desired doing for a partner I had in the past. The fact that he has such a strong desire that he knows how to respond. Because that's the other thing. Girls be putting on, oh, baby, you look nice. And she want a reaction. Damn, she want that. So when a lot of people don't get that reaction, you don't went got your hair cut, you looking fresh, you ain't even See y'all like
paying no attention to you. Don't even know you got it.
But you walking down the street and the girl at the block party like
she know.
It's giving 10, Daddy.
She know. Yeah.
She like it's giving 10. You like okay. And the bitch on the street is feeding you that kind of energy, but at home she didn't say nothing. Yeah. So I noticed that because he doesn't miss an opportunity to reinforce that, especially because he know I'm hearing it. So he like, I gotta make it count over here.
Nah, man, like compliments too.
Yeah,
I like to get told my head.
Like to told it look good.
Like, yo, that's what I mean. You put it together today. You got that shit on.
And you can do it in a subtle way if you're not the one who's comfortable coming out with it. So I know you acting different today because you got your hair cut. You like that still?
Yeah.
He like, you know what I'm saying?
Paying attention. You still paying attention.
You learn off experience because you date girls that was whack with sex in the beginning.
Yeah.
They go out, y'all break up. She go out, you go out, come back, and you be like, God damn. I've
never been in this part of pussy world. Exactly. This is new. Where you learn this one at? God damn.
That should go both ways.
Yeah.
It does.
Because sometimes niggas hit the heart stars and horseshoes out of you. You like
that poses.
Yeah, wasn't like that before. Wasn't like that.
You know when a nigga is behind you doing some shit when you over here and you just look at him with the fuck you. Like
I gotta look away. You want that talk. You like that talk. You like that. You motherfucker.
You wanna play?
Yeah.
It's like you disrespect
That's how you give
me.
it up. That's how you give it up.
Disrespect me.
I'm
your nasty bitch.
over here.
Yo, you know we hitting the fucking marbles out of you.
Yeah.
Because it's the only thing you could do is to just
Yo.
That shit is both satisfaction and disgust in the same. You don't know which emotion to put. I'm disgusted at how you
How you handling this thing? Just knock the sign.
Oh, you over here taming the ocean, nigga. The ocean can't be tamed. You like, bitch, I'm the tide standing. I'm like, oh, shit.
This shit like Noah, baby.
Well, shit, drop the anchor, nigga. Drop that anchor in this shit, yo.
Shit.
Grounded.
Huh?
Damn.
Because I ain't going nowhere either. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But I noticed
my grip you won't go nowhere. My shit be like locked on.
But it was that energy that had me. I'm always dancing, but I never really would dance in front of a guy like that. It wasn't because I couldn't. It was because they didn't make me want to. I remember being there on the game. I just be standing in front of him like this, just not for no reason.
What? I'm sitting there looking at the game like, yo, I just got killed again. My man, I'm gonna call you back.
Yeah. Nah, it be some people in the game.
He over here, I'm like this.
Babe.
I'm like that.
She said they game together.
We game together.
Yeah.
We actually got two systems in the same room.
While she's dancing, that game is going off after a good 5 minutes.
Nah. I'm not turning up the game for no coochie.
Say that now. I'm the kind of bitch to tell you keep playing.
The game might be going, Kurt. The game might be going, but we getting killed every time.
Let's see how many headshots you can get when I get my headshots.
She's gonna try you. See what I'm saying?
Let me see how that can adjust the aim. Oh, baby, you missed that shot. As soon as you think you got to lock it.
Oh, shit.
And I'm waiting. I'm chilling.
That nigga jumping out the lobby. Right there. It's not. You're like, oh, shit.
Better turn that motherfucking mic off, nigga.
They gonna be like, this killer, where you at?
PlayStation about to game. You about to get
Yo. Don't forget to mute your mic, because if you mute your mic, baby.
Mute your mic.
Not right now. Sorry.
Sorry, baby. I ain't gonna lie, one of them little ones got me though. He had
We usually do that every week.
We got them all the time.
Yeah. No, it's another kid that's uptown in Harlem. I gotta give him his respect. He's like 11. He pushed his cart. Got everything. He got Cash App to the card swipe. Everything.
Nah, sometimes
you gotta support that.
They don't. I need $1. Get your ass. Go back.
Shout out to Harlem again, baby. Shout out to Harlem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like to reinforce that.
Top, baby.
125th, 116.
116. Say name, Lennox, what up?
What
That's what's
motherfucking Commodore said? El Barrio.
El Barrio.
That's El Barrio. We just shot a thing together, a skit that's about to drop.
Yeah, that's the homie.
Funny
Yeah,
you
yeah,
brought
that's
that
the
up.
homie. We seen it. We seen it.
We seen
checked you out. Yeah, looked like he was a little
lit up
shook too.
some fire shit. Like, oh, what the
Looked
fuck
like he
is
was a
going
little
on
shook
there?
too. We seen it though.
It's funny though. That's funny. But
That's
I think I think the cool thing about that is like we from two different industries, but we found a way to overlap. That's
And it had some fun in between.
we had
there,
fun.
too.
We
Yeah,
had
yeah.
fun. And it's funny as hell. Like watching it, you know, it's funny if you watch it back and you forget the shit you said.
Yeah.
But I think within the next couple of days we drop it.
And he's super cool.
And
Dope
shout out to
dude.
Tahoe. Shout out to Tahoe.
Tahoe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shout out to Shane. Shane, what up,
Shane.
homie?
Yeah.
That's my
Those
family
are
over there.
peoples. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Tahoe and I'm cooking up a little something right now.
Oh shit.
Mixing.
Tahoe need to bring those pineapple drinks over here, baby.
That motherfucking pineapple
You see
express,
that?
right?
You see it? Hell yeah.
Telling you, but yeah, that's that actually Heart of Soap community is like family to me, man.
Nah, they those are homies right there. We had them up here when we was. They came up early too, while we were still getting our thing together. Yeah, while we
everything
still learning
started.
some things, they came
I'm
through.
very
to
proud
show
of
us
them.
love.
So
Like, yo,
proud.
y'all got a good concept. So
And I think
shout out to them.
Yeah, and it was so shameless. And two of them is two different platforms, but it's still. But I think what I appreciated from when we came together is there's nothing we did together that didn't go big, they didn't blow up. I was like, yo, we got to do something because every time we sit down together, it goes viral.
Yeah.
We missing something right now.
Yeah.
So, but
Shout
I
out
love-
to
I
Tahoe,
love-
baby.
because y'all can have a mature conversation and shit, and like y'all are mature.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I watched the episode they did with I think it was Chaotic and Scrappy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, it's a lot of men that really just can't talk about certain shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of men can't just talk serious about busting
serious.
off.
Yeah.
You could bust off and be serious.
They need a woman in the room to do it.
Okay.
Like they won't sit around with their dudes.
And be
And that's what I think it is. I think it's first of all, it's us as men.
Yeah.
It's the stigma that they put on men that we will not talk about sex amongst one another without a woman being present.
Otherwise, pause.
Yeah, because it's not.
And you know it's something because
Yeah,
it'd be a serious ass talk. I'm having this whole serious conversation with a nigga. He's telling me about his feelings, and then out of nowhere, pause. And then it's like it don't matter what the tone of the conversation is. If you say some wild shit, they're going drop that.
Yeah, with my niggas, when I talk around about sex around homeboys and shit, I just like, I hit that. That's it.
That's
they
it.
know everything else. They know everything that comes after it.
That's what we differ.
And that's the thing. We don't talk about
Women
the
be like,
details.
yeah, that nigga ate my what?
Intimate.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I was just on a screen share with my two best friends, literally playing the video, and he forcing face down on my man's dick, and I'm like, girl, look at it. And then I don't know, we got a different kind of friendship. I'll tell you that. You can't do that with every friend because they be looking at your man's dick. Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah. Next.
Yeah,
When you
I'm not
going
gonna
out, girl? When you going out?
I'm not gonna lie.
Next video, she's saying gonna be at them.
And my friends are like that because while we watching it, they like, oh, that's
Because they
I'm like, yeah.
figuring out. I think I need to try that.
And I might. And let me shut up. I'm gonna shut up. I keep these two fingers low for a reason.
Yeah.
In case I gotta touch a vagina.
Just in case.
It's the reason why they short.
Just in case.
Never know.
Ain't
Do that
nothing-
again. Let me try that.
Ain't nothing
I keep
wrong
two
with
fingers
it.
on. Get my
No,
nails
I like
long
the
with
finger movement. Yeah, let me see.
these right here.
All right.
That pull trigger.
Joints.
Pull a
That
trigger.
pull trigger.
trigger
Yeah, you
joints.
gotta keep that trigger finger.
Huh? Chick that trigger
Good.
finger, huh? I'm gonna try that shit later.
Keep that good.
Yeah, I'm in there building motherboards and shit. But that's why my nail tech. Oh, one time she finally asked me like, why I always get those nails short. I was like, you don't want to know the answer, Nina. She know what I do. So she's like, it's gonna be something crazy. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, Nina, let me ask you a question. Would you want me to put that inside of you? And she was like, and then she looked at me when she finally realized what I was saying, and she was like, oh. I'm like, yeah.
How about these two right here?
Well,
I just use one or two.
you can use one or two, depending on how much.
Look at the level, like look at that
wanna-
leverage.
Oh.
It don't matter because once you get inside and you start doing that, they line up.
The leverage.
They line up.
The leverage.
They line up.
All right. Okay.
So, but
I gotta make sure, cause though, like
Yeah.
these fingers right here.
They're important.
Yeah.
Yo, don't reach to shake my hand no more today. Don't reach to shake my hand today.
It's too late. You don't know what he did last night. It's too late.
Get out your
And I went like this. This morning before you picked them up, nigga.
said I ain't
it's all
ever-
over you. It's
that's
a wrap.
crazy having a bad day just out of. I'm gonna be that bad. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm back in tune.
That's the now and later. You need an hour later.
That's why so much money being made and selling panties and stuff like that.
Selling panties?
Women that sell their panties, their guys would be like, "Can you wear a pair of panties and then buy it from you?"
Nice. I never heard that.
Because they nigga got in his glove department. A bat it's just random. Women make mad money.
Yeah, man,
they pay like $50 for a pair of panties.
Just don't have no motherfucking discharge on that shit.
Some
don't have
no.
Ask for it.
Some you be surprised.
Discharge people want discharge.
And they want a little.
And a healthy pussy, they that to them it smells like feminine energy.
That shit be looking like grits caked up though on the bottom of that.
Well, that's giving a little yeast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't put
a little bread
It's a little gritty.
That's a little bread thing.
Yeah, uncooked grits type shit too. I don't give a fuck what that box say. You better cook them fucking grits for 30 minutes and better. Quick grits, ain't no such thing, bitch.
Ain't no instant grits.
Ain't no such thing as an instant grit. And if I see you cook grits for 5 minutes, you told me everything I need to know about you.
Damn.
Two things I don't fuck with that. That and a motherfucker that put peanut butter in the refrigerator.
Peanut butter in the refrigerator.
Because there people see you looks like why would somebody do that, right? Peanut butter, where you store it?
What do you do in the cabinet?
Because that's a common sense thing. Yeah. But the jar says to refrigerate it.
It does?
Yeah, I never put peanut butter.
I never even.
Said no black person ever. But the reason why ketchup could be
either or.
You put ketchup.
So when we first get it from the supermarket until we open it, it's in the cabinet.
And then
once
we
we
open it,
open
it's in the
put it in
fridge.
the fridge.
But you know what it is?
That's why I said it's either or.
The only thing about the ketchup that changes temperature. With peanut butter, when you refrigerate it, it changes consistency. So it's already a thick substance that's hard to spread. And then when you make it cold, everything you use peanut butter on, you need that bitch to be smooth.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
So if you refrigerating peanut butter, I gotta believe you difficult. Why would you make your life that difficult? You trying to break bread and crackers? I don't understand that.
True, that's true.
That's why it never made sense to us. That's why we ain't never put it in that fridge. We like, no, I need that shit to spread.
For real.
So if I open that fridge,
if I would have put peanut butter in, you put peanut butter in them. I tried to put that shit on a sandwich, the whole bread.
So why would you want to? You got to think about it. Why'd you want to be the person like that?
No.
You never put peanut butter on the Lucci?
You put peanut butter on it?
He got some shit that sound like we need to know about after.
That's peanut butter on the Lucci is it? Yeah.
God damn. But anyway, before we go into details, we want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Give it a food for thoughts, Cuzzo. Since we talking about peanut butter and ketchup, you want to bring up the food.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we did talk. Oh, we got food for real.
Yeah, no, we got
food for thought.
I'm sorry, that was food for thought. You're a married man. Hold on.
Did you see how?
Sorry, wifey.
Did you see her do that shit there?
That's my love language. There, that active service in that plate.
See, she said she thought it was that type of food. That's why.
That's excited. My thing is, it's real. It's not that kind of food.
Shout out to the wifeys at home, baby.
For real.
This, of course, this is a you know.
Oh, I feel honorary.
This is we from Brooklyn.
Okay.
But of course,
all day
we love
everybody.
All of New York. We love everything about every part of this New York thing.
That's right.
And of course, you're from Uptown.
Yes.
Which, you know, they always associate Harlem and Bedford-Stuyvesant together.
Because of the brownstones, you heard.
Yeah. But, you know, because you're hella Harlem. You know what I mean?
Video in this tomorrow.
And
that's dope.
What's better than you? What's better than you? What's better than you?
When everybody else is taken, baby.
Exactly.
But it means everything. That's dope. Thank you.
Thank you for pulling up today.
Thank you for pulling up.
Thank you for coming today.
And we want you to know
good information.
You're welcome to come back anytime.
For sure. And it's going to be a mutual thing. I know I got the vibe. Anytime I think of anything that makes sense for y'all.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. We pulling up.
We pulling up outfit when you come back too.
It wasn't even what I was gonna wear today.
And you
it's
know,
so crazy.
When we was watching one of your Instagrams, I said, I sure hope she ain't coming in that goddamn shit. It's hot like a motherfucker too.
And Cuzzo, you gotta have some strong legs, baby. You gotta have some strong legs. On that note, they just catch me on the stool.
It's funny though. Most people think that, but if you see me in public, I'm like low key conservative.
Huh? You almost dress head to toe.
I don't wear the most revealing things. So if I'm going to an out or to a party, but for the most part.
Well,
You don't have to. I like it better when you don't wear
but
it.
she doesn't necessarily have to.
Yeah, I don't need any extra.
Yeah, she's very
extra attention.
like what they say. You're very curvy.
I'm out here avoiding problems.
Huh?
So there you go.
Pleasantly. Yes.
I'm out here
Yes.
avoiding problems, but yeah, I don't, and I'm also a comfort person.
Mm.
That shit don't be comfortable. I don't give a fuck how cute they look. On a hot day,
It ain't,
bitch,
it,
no,
ain't,
thank you.
it ain't it.
No.
Exactly. It ain't it.
No, thick bitches gotta watch when you get up. I gotta make sure there's a triangle there. And let you know. Here's where she sat.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong.
Basking her glory.
She was here. She was here.
Man.
Don't worry. Next episode, watch us on the largest stoop, baby.
I like that thinking. That's a different approach. Yeah, we're gonna get another type of stew.
But y'all know what it is, as always. 237, no place like home. Catch me on the stoop, baby. It's
No
love.
place like home.
100.